The sky above the colony burned with smoke, black plumes twisted upward like fingers of some angry god. Once a thriving human settlement on the planet Zathra 6, it now lay in ruins. Crumpled buildings, shattered domes, and scorched metal littered the horizon. Fires flickered sporadically, painting the devastation in flickering red and orange. Not a single human voice remained, only the crackle of distant flames and the occasional groan of collapsing structures. Above the planet, alien. Warships drifted in formation, their sleek hulls gleaming under the light of Zathra 6's dying sun. The ship's engines pulsed softly, almost lazily, as though they were already thinking of their next conquest. The aliens celebrated. For them, this was victory. Their conquest of the human colony was complete. They danced across their command, decks exchanging high-pitched laughs and clicking sounds that humans would one day learn to fear. They had crushed the humans, or so they thought. Far away, orbiting another system in deep space, Earth watched silently. Sensors caught the flickering signs of the massacre. Communication signals from Zathra 6 had gone dark, except for scattered transmissions, coded, desperate messages hidden in encrypted bursts. They were the last cries of the colony's survivors, messages that begged for help and whispered warnings to the stars. On Earth, in a top-secret council chamber deep beneath the surface, the leaders gathered. The room was dimly lit, and tension hung like a physical weight in the air. Each face was stern, each eye hard with determination. The council knew what had happened. The human colony on Zathra 6 was gone. Thousands of lives had been erased in hours. A holographic display flickered to life in the center of the room. A map of the galaxy shimmered, dotted with red markers showing alien positions. One marker pulsed slowly on Zathra 6. The room was silent. Admiral Soren, a tall man with a graying beard and eyes like steel, was the first to speak. His voice was calm but carried an undeniable edge. "They think this ends with their victory," he said. "They believe the humans are weak, scattered, and afraid. But they are wrong. We will not bow, we will not apologize, and we will not show mercy." A murmur of agreement ran through the council chamber. There was fire in every eye. Every leader in the room understood one thing: humanity was no longer defenseless. The massacre had awakened a wrath that the galaxy had never seen before. High above Zathra 6, the alien coalition was unaware that their actions were being carefully observed. The humans had spies, small, almost invisible probes that moved like shadows between the wreckage. These probes recorded everything: troop movements, weapon patterns, and ship designs. Earth scientists studied the data tirelessly. Every detail of the alien fleet was logged, every flaw noted, every weakness catalogued. The humans were learning, adapting, preparing. Meanwhile, on the surface of Zathra 6, the few survivors of the colony hid in underground bunkers, breathing in the thick smoke and the metallic tang of burned metal. Among them was Lieutenant Kara Voss, one of the colony's leaders. She had watched as her friends, neighbors, and students were slaughtered. Her hands were scorched from pulling bodies from the debris. Her face was streaked with ash and tears, but her eyes burned with unrelenting determination. "Send the messages," she whispered to her team. "Send them all. Earth must know what they did here. They must see what they've awakened." Her team nodded silently, working quickly. They activated encrypted transmitters hidden deep in the rubble. One by one, the messages were sent, encoded. Bursts of data sent across light years of empty space. The aliens above never noticed. They were celebrating too loudly to hear the faint whispers of humanity's return. Far away, Earth's council watched as the messages arrived. Each transmission brought new information about the alien coalition: names, numbers, strategies, weaknesses. It was horrifying, yes, but it was also a weapon. Every death, every atrocity committed on Zathra 6 fueled the humans' resolve. Soren's voice cut through the room again. This was not just an attack, this was a declaration. They are telling us that they want humanity broken. They are wrong. They have no idea what they are up against. The Council discussed strategy late into the night. Fleets were checked, weapons systems were reviewed, and star maps were examined. But what weighed most heavily on every leader was the moral question. How far would they go to respond? What would Earth do to avenge the massacre? Suddenly, the room went dark. Emergency lights flickered. The holographic display shifted as new data appeared. The scientists monitoring deep space sensors gasped. A fleet of unknown vessels had jumped into a sector previously marked empty. Soren's voice was low, almost a growl. The first move has been made, and no one outside this room knows about it. The council members leaned closer, eyes wide, with anticipation. The fleet that had appeared was unlike any known to humanity. Sleek, angular, and massive, the ships were cloaked in stealth technology. Their engines left faint trails that could barely be detected, and their movement suggested a level of precision and intelligence far beyond ordinary AI. "This is our answer," whispered Dr. Ilara Chin, chief scientist of Earth's Advanced Defense Initiative. Her voice trembled with a mix of fear and excitement. "They think they've won. They think the humans are gone, but this changes everything." The room went silent again. For a moment, no one spoke. Only the faint hum of Earth's orbital defense systems could be heard, a reminder of the deadly power humanity could unleash. Back on Zathra 6, the alien commanders were still celebrating. Commander Rylix, the leader of the coalition, raised his clawed hand to signal a toast to victory. "The humans are finished," he clicked. "Nothing remains of their colony. Their fleets are weak, their weapons primitive. They cannot stop us now." He did not see the shadow move across the ruined city, small and swift. He did not notice the faint glimmer in the sky, a signal sent directly to Earth. He did not feel the chill that would descend upon his coalition in the days to come. Lieutenant Kara Voss crouched in a tunnel deep beneath the city, watching the aliens with binocular-like senses. Her eyes narrowed. "They think they've won," she muttered. "They think we are nothing. Let them celebrate. We'll make sure they regret it." She tapped a small device in her hand. A faint pulse went out into space. Another message, another piece of intelligence for Earth. Every survivor knew their role. Every survivor knew that even in defeat, they were part of something greater. As the sun set over the charred remains of Zathra 6, a new reality emerged. Humanity was no longer just another species in the galaxy. Humanity was a force that had been pushed too far, a force that would strike back with precision, strategy, and unyielding fury. In Earth's council chambers, Admiral Soren's eyes glimmered with a cold fire. "They will learn the hard way," he said. "The humans do not forgive, they do not forget, and they do not show mercy." The camera panned back to the alien fleet above Zathra 6, still celebrating, still oblivious, still arrogant. Smoke rose from the colony's ruins, the final breaths of a once thriving world. Yet somewhere, in the darkness of space, a faint signal pulsed, a heartbeat of revenge that would soon grow into a roar. The first move was hidden. The humans were watching. And the galaxy was about to learn that Earth's message was clear. No mercy would be shown. Hours later, deep in the black expanse between stars, the mysterious fleet appeared again. Sensors from alien patrols barely detected it, and when they did, it was dismissed as a minor anomaly. No one knew who commanded it. No one knew where it came from. But the fleet's arrival set events in motion that would change the galaxy forever. Every system, every colony, every commander would soon understand that humanity was no longer a prey species. Humanity had awakened, and the massacre was only The beginning of a reckoning that no alien could escape. Somewhere on Earth, in another secret command center, a young communications officer listened to the last faint signals from Zathra 6. He tapped a finger against the console and whispered, almost to himself, "They'll remember this. They will all remember. Humanity will have its revenge." And so, as the twin moons of Zathra 6 rose over the charred horizon, a new story began. A story of vengeance, strategy, and a force that the galaxy would never forget. The silent aftermath was not quiet. It was a storm waiting to break. The darkness of space was broken by a faint pulse of light, like a heartbeat. It came from orbit above Earth's hidden sector, deep within the uncharted region known only to a few. For centuries, this place had remained a secret, a shadow in the galaxy where humanity's most advanced weapons slept. Now, something stirred. Inside the massive hangar of Earth's orbital defense station, engineers and soldiers worked in tense silence. The air was thick with anticipation, and even the hum of machinery seemed charged with energy. At the center of the station, a massive warship sat dormant, cloaked in shadows. Its hull was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen, sleek, angular, and almost alive in its design. Lieutenant Commander Arik Van, one of Earth's top fleet officers, walked along the corridor toward the control bridge. His boots clanged softly against the metallic floor. Every step echoed like a drumbeat of destiny. He paused, listening to the soft whirring of the ship's core systems as they came online. "The time has come," Van whispered, almost to himself. On the bridge, Captain Selene Mara took her seat. Her eyes scanned the control panels, reflecting the glow of countless blinking lights. She had trained for this moment for years, but nothing could prepare her for the weight of it. "Powering up all systems," she ordered. "Let's see what the galaxy thinks of humans now." The warship's core thrummed, sending vibrations through the floor. Lights flickered across the walls as ancient machines awoke from their long sleep. The hum grew louder, more insistent. Then, in a moment that seemed to freeze time, the ship's cloaking system disengaged, revealing its massive form against the black backdrop of space. For the first time in thousands of years, humanity's secret fleet was alive. Outside, sensors detected a flurry of alien activity. Reports came in from probes sent to Zathra 6. The aliens had celebrated their victory, but now, unknown to them, the humans had begun their response. Dr. Ilara Chin, Earth's chief scientist and head of the Advanced Defense Initiative, appeared. On the bridge via holographic feed, her face was pale, eyes bright with excitement. "Captain Mara," she said, voice urgent, "we've analyzed the messages from Zathra 6. The aliens are powerful, yes, but they are predictable. Every fleet formation, every patrol route, every weapon system, we have the data. We know their weaknesses. And now, your ship will be the first to exploit them." Celine nodded. "Then let's make them regret underestimating us." Meanwhile, deep within the alien coalition's sector, Commander Rylix and his officers were oblivious. They monitored routine patrols, congratulating themselves for what they believed was humanity's final defeat. They did not know that humans were preparing a response that would shake the stars. Back on the warship, systems checks continued. The artificial intelligence, known simply as Aura, activated. A calm, measured voice filled the bridge. "Systems online. Tactical analysis complete. Enemy capabilities logged. Threat level, extreme. Recommended strategy, total domination. Captain." Mara's lips curved into a small smile. "Extreme? Perfect. Let's show them why humans survive against impossible odds." The first test of the ship's weapons began. Small drones were deployed, moving like shadows across the void. They probed the surrounding sectors, mapping alien defenses and sending real-time data back to the ship's AI. Lieutenant Commander Van watched the monitors intently. The alien fleet's response patterns are consistent with previous observations. They're confident, predictable, arrogant. He paused, then leaned closer to the controls. That arrogance is about to cost them everything. Suddenly, an alert flashed across the main console. Sensors had detected something unusual in a nearby sector. A cluster of alien patrol ships was approaching, but instead of attacking immediately, they slowed, scanning the empty space around them. Selene. Mara's eyes narrowed. They've noticed something, but they don't know what. Dr. Chin's hologram flickered. Our cloaking and stealth systems are holding. The aliens see movement, but not the source. They suspect nothing. That's our advantage. A low hum filled the bridge as the warship prepared for its first offensive maneuver. Tiny streaks of light left the ship, small attack drones moving at impossible speeds. Within moments, the drones had infiltrated enemy systems, planting surveillance devices and scanning weapon capabilities. On Zathra 6, the alien commanders sensed a subtle change in the cosmos, a faint disturbance in the darkness of space, but they dismissed it. Commander Rylix waved it off. Nothing, just static. Humans are weak. They cannot even strike back properly. But on Earth, every move of the aliens was tracked, recorded, and analyzed. The Secret Fleet's AI predicted their strategies, calculating thousands of possible outcomes in seconds. Every decision was precise, every maneuver carefully planned. Course plotted for first strike, Captain Mara said. Shall we wake the others? Aura's voice responded calmly. Confirmed. All fleet units, awaken and prepare for deployment. From hidden sectors across the galaxy, other human warships slowly emerged from their stasis chambers. They, too, had been sleeping for decades, waiting for this moment. Sleek, heavily armed, and unmatched in speed, they joined the first ship in formation. The human fleet was alive, fully operational, and ready. In the alien sector, a sudden series of blips appeared on their sensors. Ships moved erratically, reacting to threats they could not see. Panic began to ripple through the ranks. Commander, Rylix's claws slammed onto the control panel. What is this? Where are they? He hissed, but it was too late. The humans were already in position. They were hidden, silent, and unstoppable. On the bridge of the flagship, Captain Mara stared at the alien coordinates displayed on the main screen. They thought they were safe. They thought they had crushed us. They thought wrong. Dr. Chin's voice cut in once more. Remember, Captain, this is only the beginning. The galaxy doesn't yet know the full scope of human power. But soon, it will. A subtle vibration ran through the hull. The fleet jumped, not through conventional space travel, but through a hidden slipstream, a route known only to humanity. In seconds, they appeared in the outer rim of the alien-controlled sector, unseen, untouchable, unstoppable. Lieutenant Vaughn's hand hovered over the tactical display. All units in position. The first strike will begin in T-minus 10 minutes. Captain, Mara's gaze hardened. Then let's make history. Let's make them fear the name of Earth. Above Zathra 6, the alien commanders finally realized something was wrong. The sensors, the probes, the quiet disturbances, they were all signs of a presence they could not identify. Commander Rylix clenched his claws in frustration. Humans, again? How can this be? The answer, unknown to the alien fleet, was simple. Earth had prepared for this. For centuries, humans had hidden, built, and planned. Every massacre, every loss, every humiliation had been recorded, studied, and transformed into a weapon. And now that weapon was awake. The Secret Fleet had emerged, fully operational and ready to strike. It was humanity's first message to the galaxy. We are no longer weak, we are no longer victims, and we show no mercy. As the camera pans away from the glowing warships, a final message flashes on the console of the flagship. Let the galaxy remember this day. Let the stars witness the return of humanity's wrath. After the massacre, Earth strikes back. The silent darkness of space was no longer empty. It was filled with the promise of vengeance, precision, and unstoppable power, and the aliens had no idea what was coming. Space was silent. Too silent. The stars twinkled like distant eyes watching, oblivious to the storm about to break across the galaxy. The human fleet emerged from the hidden slipstream, scattered across the outskirts of the alien-controlled star system. Ships of all sizes glimmered with deadly precision. Their hulls, dark and angular, reflected the faint light of distant suns. On every bridge, humans held their breath. This was the first real battle since the Massacre, a test, a warning, and a promise, all in one. Captain Celine Mara's voice echoed over the bridge comms. "All units, hold formation, maintain stealth until the signal." Her eyes never left the holographic display showing the alien fleet. Dozens of alien warships moved in patterns that once seemed unpredictable, but the humans had studied every detail, every angle, every firing pattern, every blind spot. It had all been logged, analyzed, and memorized. Lieutenant Commander Arik Vaughn checked the fleet's coordinates. "Target ships locked. Drones are in position. Weapons ready for initial strike." Dr. Ilara Chin's holographic feed flickered in from Earth. "Remember, this is not just a strike. It's a message. Precision is key. One wrong move, and the aliens will know we exist before we're ready." Celine's hand hovered over the command console. Then, with a firm nod, she gave the order. Fire. The silence of space shattered. Thousands of micro-drones, invisible to the naked eye, surged forward like a wave of ghosts. They zipped around the alien warships, exploiting gaps in their shields, planting sabotage devices, and transmitting detailed scans of every weapon and system. Within moments, the drones had disabled key components on several vessels. The aliens had no idea who or what had struck them. Then came the human torpedoes. Fast, guided, and silent until the last second, they streaked through space. Explosions erupted across the alien fleet. Hulls cracked, energy shields collapsed, alien crews scrambled in panic. This was not mere retaliation, it was surgical, precise, terrifying. Commander Rylix's claws slammed against the console. "What is happening? How can they strike with such accuracy? We crushed them. We destroyed their colony." He watched in horror as more human ships jumped into firing positions, each one appearing as though from nowhere. The aliens' formation faltered. Their communication channels were flooded with warnings, alarms, and the frantic screams of terrified crews. On the bridge of the human flagship, Captain Mara observed the chaos with calm focus. "They underestimated us. Every time they thought they were safe, we were already steps ahead. Continue the strike. Disable. Do not destroy. Leave a message." Lieutenant Vaughn's voice crackled over comms. "Targeting their command ship. Drones in position. Shield disruption in 3, 2, 1, now." The alien command vessel shuddered as systems failed one by one. Its shields flickered, then collapsed entirely. Panic erupted among the alien officers. Some attempted to launch counterattacks, but their weapons fired into empty space. Human drones danced around them, intercepting every missile, every beam, every move. Below the decks of the human ships, soldiers watched live feeds of the destruction. Faces were tense, eyes wide, but there was no fear. This was justice. This was retribution. And for the first time, humanity struck back, not blindly, but with strategy, skill, and cold precision. Back on Zathra 6, the few alien commanders who remained intact were stunned. Commander Rylix's voice quivered as he barked orders, but his fleet was already breaking apart. Ships fled in disorganized patterns, colliding with asteroids and each other. The humans moved like shadows among them, invisible until the moment of strike. In the chaos, Lieutenant Kara Voss, still hiding in the ruins of her destroyed colony, watched the data feed from her hidden transmitter. She whispered a silent prayer and smiled through tears. Humanity had begun its revenge. Humanity had begun its message. The first strike lasted only minutes, but the damage was catastrophic. Several alien ships were disabled entirely, some destroyed, others crippled. Systems once considered invulnerable were exposed, humiliated by the ingenuity of humans who had been written off as weak. Captain Mara's voice came again. "All units, pull back. Retreat to safe coordinates. Maintain stealth. The galaxy must not yet know the full scope of our power. This was only the first strike." Lieutenant Vaughn nodded, relief washing over him briefly. "They'll remember this," he said quietly. "The aliens will never forget it, and they'll never underestimate us again." Commander Rylix pounded his clawed fist on the control. "Impanel. Humans, how can this be? We destroyed their home. We should have destroyed them all. Yet, they fight back." His officers exchanged worried glances. Fear had replaced arrogance. For the first time, the alien coalition realized that humans were not just survivors, they were predators in their own right. Back on Earth, the Council watched the strike unfold via live feed. Every movement, every hit, every calculated maneuver was recorded. The leaders nodded in approval. Admiral Soren stood tall, voice commanding. "They see the message now. Every fleet, every officer in the coalition knows. Humanity does not forgive. Humanity does not forget, and humanity does not show mercy." Even as the first strike ended, the humans knew this was only the beginning. Every calculation, every analysis from this attack would be used to plan the next. The aliens had been warned, but they had no idea the full extent of humanity's reach. Above the shattered alien fleet, silence fell. For a brief moment it seemed that the universe itself held its breath. The aliens who survived stared at the remnants of their once mighty vessels, shaking in disbelief. Somewhere far away, deep in hidden sectors, the human fleet regrouped, cloaked once more in shadows. The warship's AI, Aura, scanned every movement, every response from the aliens. "Battle assessment complete," Aura reported. "Target neutralization, 62%. Enemy morale, critically low. Probability of further strikes succeeding, 98%. Captain Mara's lips curved into a small, cold smile. "Good. Let them scramble. Let them fear. They only know the beginning of what's coming." In the distance, unknown to both sides, a lone alien ship managed to escape, sending a warning signal across the stars. It spoke of humans who were more than survivors, of fleets that struck without warning, and of a vengeance that was just beginning. The galaxy had been shaken. The humans had struck first, and for the alien coalition one message was clear: Earth had returned, and mercy was over. The alien council chamber was a vast hall, suspended above a glowing core of molten energy. Alien leaders from dozens of conquered systems gathered in tense clusters, their claws tapping nervously against sleek control panels. High above, the stars shone like distant witnesses to the panic that had begun to spread through the coalition. Commander Rylix, still furious from the recent human strike, paced in front of the council. His claws clenched and unclenched. "This cannot be happening," he hissed. "We destroyed their colony. We thought they were finished, and yet they strike again. Their precision, it is impossible." The council erupted in chaos. Officers shouted over one another. Some demanded immediate retaliation. Others urged caution, fearing that humanity's sudden return was a trap. High-pitched clicks of frustration echoed through the chamber as plans were argued and discarded. "This is madness," one alien delegate screeched. "They are not just fighting, they are calculating, predicting every move. How can a species that was crushed rise again so quickly?" Another voice added, trembling. "Our fleets are scattered, many ships are disabled, our command vessels cannot communicate. If humans strike again, we could lose everything." Rylix slammed a clawed hand onto the central console. Sparks flew from the impact. "Silence! I will not hear excuses. We are the Coalition. We have conquered the galaxy. Humans are weak. We are strong. But his words fell flat. Outside the chamber, sensors reported unusual movement in the outer sectors. Minor fleets detected ghostly blips, fleeting shadows of ships that seemed to appear and vanish. Alarm klaxons rang across the Coalition's networks. On the bridge of the human flagship, Captain Celine Mara watched the alien movements. She did not smile, but a sense of satisfaction passed through her. "They are panicking," she murmured. "Just as we predicted. Keep them guessing." Lieutenant Commander Arik Van checked the tactical displays. "Their response patterns are chaotic. They are attempting to regroup, but every move exposes a weakness. A second strike could cripple them further." Meanwhile, deep in the alien council chamber, debates turned into accusations. Delegates pointed claws at one another, blaming failed leaders and missed intelligence. Commander Rylix struggled to maintain control, but his voice, once commanding, now carried a note of desperation. "We cannot let humans define the pace of this war," he said, attempting authority. "We must act. Gather all fleets. Prepare counter-offensives immediately." A subordinate clicked nervously. "Commander! The humans are not showing themselves. Every attack is coordinated, surgical. They do not expose their main forces. If we act too soon, we may fall into another trap." Rylix's eyes narrowed. "A trap? Humans? They are nothing but prey. Prey that has survived our massacre, yes, but prey cannot outsmart a predator. I will not be humiliated again." The council erupted once more. Alien leaders argued over tactics, strategies, and fleets. Some wanted immediate retaliation, others urged withdrawal to regroup. The indecision spread like a virus. Confusion had replaced confidence, and fear had replaced arrogance. Back on Earth, Admiral Soren monitored the situation via encrypted transmissions. He leaned forward in his chair, hands clasped behind his back. "They don't know what they are facing," he said softly. "We've given them a glimpse of what humanity can do. They are panicking exactly as we intended, and this is only the beginning." On the human flagship, Captain Mara ordered the fleet to maintain stealth. "Do not strike yet," she said. "Let them tear themselves apart. Watch how fear weakens them. We will strike again, but on our terms." Dr. Ilara Chin's holographic feed appeared, flickering slightly. "Their council is in disarray. Sensors show multiple arguments, fleet misalignment, and defensive errors. If we exploit this, the next strike could be decisive. But caution is key. Do not reveal the full strength of our fleet yet." Lieutenant Van's fingers danced over the control panel. "They think they are still in control," he said quietly. "They think the humans are weak, scattered, afraid. They are wrong. Every fleet, every ship, every officer is now being tested, and they don't even know it." In the council chamber, Commander Rylix finally banged his claws against the central console. Sparks flew again. "Enough!" he roared. "We will no longer debate. We will act. We will hunt these humans, find them, destroy them." But even as he shouted, reports continued to pour in. Alien ships were being disabled without warning. Communication channels were compromised. Strategic outposts fell under mysterious interference. The humans were everywhere and nowhere at once. A junior officer whispered to Rylix, "Commander, I believe they have intelligence we cannot detect. They see our movements before we even make them." Rylix froze, staring at the console. A cold chill ran through him. "Impossible," he hissed. But in the pit of his chest, fear was growing. For the first time he realized that the humans were not merely reacting, they were anticipating, they were planning, they were in control. On Zathra 6, Lieutenant Kara Voss continued transmitting intelligence to Earth. She watched the council feeds in disbelief. "They're falling apart," she said softly, "and we're just getting started." Back on the human flagship, Captain Mara's voice was calm but firm. Keep monitoring. Do not interfere yet. Let them unravel themselves. Let them panic. When the time comes, we strike and it will be complete. Every move we make now is shaping the battlefield. Admiral Soren leaned back in his chair, a faint smile on his face. Humans never surrender. Humans never forgive. Humans do not show mercy. The alien council continued in chaos, their once mighty confidence eroded by fear and uncertainty. Commander Rylix's pride had become his weakness. His fleet, once precise and feared, now floundered in panic. And in the shadows, unseen, the humans watched, waiting for the exact moment when fear would turn into opportunity, and opportunity into victory. The galaxy had begun to understand something crucial. The massacre had awakened more than vengeance. It had awakened a force the aliens could not predict. Humanity's return was not just a message, it was a warning. No mercy would be shown, and the council panic was only the first wave of the storm that would sweep across the stars. Deep beneath, Earth's surface, in a cavern carved into the heart of a mountain, a secret waited, a weapon unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Its size alone would make most fleets tremble. Its power was almost unimaginable, and for centuries it had remained hidden, waiting for the right moment to awaken. In the dim glow of control panels, engineers worked frantically. Massive doors slid open, revealing the weapon's sleek form. Dark metal reflected the pale lights of the underground chamber, and intricate lines of energy pulsed along its hull. This was humanity's last answer to the massacre, its ultimate message to any who dared threaten them. Admiral Soren walked down the chamber, his coat brushing the floor. His expression was calm, but his eyes burned with determination. This weapon will remind the galaxy that humans are not prey. They will learn that every action against us carries consequences they cannot imagine. Lieutenant Commander Arik Van followed closely behind, awe evident on his face. "It's massive," he whispered, "and it's ready to destroy entire fleets in minutes. But why haven't we used it yet?" Soren's lips curved into a faint smile. "Patience, Arik. Timing is everything. If we reveal it too soon, the aliens will adapt. If we strike too late, it might be too dangerous for us. But now is the moment when fear will do the work for us." On the surface of Zathra 6, the alien coalition remained in chaos. Reports of destroyed ships scrambled. Fleets and missing vessels poured in. Their council continued to argue, but fear had replaced arrogance. Every alien knew that humans were no longer a species to be underestimated, and Earth was about to escalate. Back in the underground chamber, Dr. Ilara Kin monitored systems from the control room. Her fingers danced across holographic screens, adjusting power levels and checking energy outputs. All systems are stable, weapons calibrated, deployment readiness 100%. Lieutenant Kara Voss, still transmitting intelligence from Zathra 6, watched the displays from a remote console. "They won't see it coming," she said quietly. "Every move we make, every signal we send, leads them exactly where we want." Faint vibration ran through the chamber. The massive weapon stirred, its energy lines glowing brighter. It was aware, in a sense, as if it had waited through centuries of silence for this moment. Its AI, known as Aura, activated, filling the chamber with a calm, measured voice. Weapon systems online, targeting parameters locked. Threat assessment extreme. Recommended action, immediate deployment upon command. Admiral Soren's gaze did not waver. Prepare for deployment. But remember, this is not just an attack, it is a message. Precision, Arik. Precision will remind them why humanity cannot be challenged. In orbit above the alien sector, the human fleet remained cloaked. Sensors recorded every movement of the alien forces, every attempt at organization, every crack. In their defenses, the humans did not strike yet. They waited. They let fear grow. They let confusion fester. Commander Rylix watched his remaining vessels, his mind frantic. We have survived their first strike. We must respond, gather every ship and prepare for full assault. But he did not know. He could not know. Humanity's hidden weapon was already in position, waiting for the perfect moment to awaken. It was designed not just to destroy, but to terrorize. One demonstration of its power would show the aliens exactly what Earth was capable of. Captain Celine Mara stood on the bridge of the flagship, eyes fixed on the targeting data. "Dr. Chin, are we ready?" Dr. Chin's hologram flickered. "All systems nominal. The weapon is ready. Deployment sequence can begin in T-5 minutes." Lieutenant Vaughn adjusted the fleet's formation. "This is it," he whispered. "The full force of humanity, revealed for the first time. And the galaxy will never forget it." A tense silence fell over the human fleet. Every ship, every soldier, every drone waited. Above them, alien patrols moved blindly, unaware of the storm that was about to descend. Then, with a single command, the hidden weapon powered its engines. Energy surged along its hull, lighting the void like a miniature sun. Its targeting arrays locked onto the alien command hub and key fleets. Tiny blips in alien sensor networks went unnoticed, but the humans knew exactly what each blip represented. Every strike would be precise, calculated, and devastating. On the alien command bridge, panic rose again. Communications were jammed. Minor attacks from the human fleet were detected, but the true source remained invisible. Commander Rylix's voice was sharp, desperate. "Find them! All units, scan every sector, do not let them hide!" But every move the aliens made was anticipated. Every retreat, every advance, every defensive maneuver was already accounted for. Humanity had studied them, learned them, and now controlled the battlefield without revealing its hand. In the control chamber underground on Earth, Admiral Soren's voice resonated over secure channels. "Deploy the weapon!" The massive weapons engines flared, pushing it through space with incredible speed. Cloaking disengaged at the last possible moment, revealing its full scale to the galaxy. Alien eyes widened in horror. The once invisible human fleet now surrounded the weapon like shadows, guiding it toward the heart of the alien fleet. Ura's voice filled the chamber again. All targets locked. Calculating final strike. Probability of complete neutralization, 97%. Captain Mara gave the final command. "Fire." The weapon unleashed its first strike. Energy beams arced through space with blinding brilliance. Shields of the alien ships shattered like glass. Entire squadrons were annihilated in seconds. The alien command hub trembled, systems overloaded by the precision strike. Panic erupted across every vessel. Commander Rylix's claws shook as he tried to issue orders, but the humans had already predicted his every move. Impossible. How can they? The hidden weapon struck again and again. Each blast was surgical, each strike a statement. Humanity's power, once hidden, was now fully revealed. Alien fleets crumbled before the weapon, systems melted under precise energy discharges, and morale fell to zero. Back on Zathra 6, Lieutenant Kara Voss allowed herself a brief smile. "It's working," she whispered. "The galaxy will learn our message. Earth does not forgive, Earth does not forget, and Earth shows no mercy." Above the chaos, the human fleet pulled back slightly, still cloaked, still calculating, still in control. The weapon had done its job. It had demonstrated humanity's wrath and opened the door for the next phase of the campaign. Admiral Soren's voice echoed in secure comms. "Let them recover, let them wonder. This is only the first demonstration. When the next strike comes, it will be total. They will never underestimate humans again." Commander Rylix collapsed into his seat, breathing heavily, his mind racing. The humans had power beyond anything he had imagined. They were no longer a weak species to exploit. They were predators, intelligent, relentless, and merciless. And somewhere, hidden among the stars, Captain Selene Mara watched. Humanity's hidden weapon had awakened, and the galaxy would never be the same. No mercy would be shown. The galaxy trembled. Once a place of distant, predictable systems, it had become a battlefield where fear ruled over order. The aliens had underestimated humans, and now their entire coalition was unraveling. Ships scattered in every direction, alarms blaring, systems failing. Chaos had arrived. Above the shattered remnants of Zathra 6, alien fleets scrambled to regroup. Commander Rylix barked orders, his voice sharp but shaky. "Form up! Protect the command hub! Do not let the humans strike again!" But his words rang hollow. The humans had already vanished from sight, cloaked behind stealth and advanced maneuvers. Every attempt by the aliens to intercept them only led to confusion and collisions. In the depths of space, Captain Selene Mara's flagship moved silently, guiding the fleet like a predator stalking prey. Sensors flickered with enemy positions, predicted movements, and weak points. Every human ship moved in perfect synchronization, as if controlled by a single mind. Lieutenant Commander Arik Van leaned over the tactical display. "They're panicking," he said, voice steady despite the tension. "Every fleet split, every command delayed. Their chaos is our advantage. The galaxy doesn't yet understand the storm we've brought." Dr. Ilara Chin appeared in a hologram feed. "The alien fleet is destabilized across 3 sectors. Sensors indicate internal conflicts and multiple accidental collisions. They are vulnerable. Every second we wait, they weaken themselves further." Meanwhile, on Zathra 6, Lieutenant Kara Voss transmitted real-time intelligence to the fleet. They are disorganized. Communication is broken. Their pride is crumbling. Every vessel they save now is a miracle. Every command is chaos. Earth's first strike has shattered their confidence. The chaos spread. Minor fleets collided with debris fields. Command hubs overloaded as humans sabotaged critical systems. The once mighty coalition, confident after the massacre of Zathra 6, now struggled to maintain any semblance of control. "Prepare drones," Captain Mara said, voice calm but commanding. "Strike key systems. Disable, do not destroy. Show them the precision humans can deliver. Chaos is our ally." Thousands of drones shot through space like silent specters. They infiltrated alien vessels, disrupting engines, jamming communications, and taking over weapon systems for brief, devastating moments. Alien officers shouted orders that were never executed correctly. Chaos reigned. Rylix's claws slammed. "Against the console. This cannot be. Our fleets are falling apart. We were supposed to be gods to these humans." But humans did not attack blindly. They manipulated the battlefield with careful precision. Each strike, each maneuver, forced the aliens to overreact. Every mistake the aliens made became a weapon for the humans. Even minor skirmishes turned catastrophic. Alien ships fired on each other in confusion. Energy shields collapsed from internal sabotage. Entire squadrons were rendered useless without a single direct human strike. It was a war of chaos, orchestrated by humans who had waited, watched, and learned. On the human flagship, Captain Mara observed the destruction with measured eyes. "This is only the beginning," she said softly. "The galaxy thinks they can fight us, but chaos is our strength. Let fear multiply, let arrogance crumble. Soon they will understand the true meaning of Earth's wrath." Dr. Chin nodded from her holographic feed. "Every sector is destabilized. If we strike now, the human fleet can isolate key command vessels and cripple the coalition entirely. But patience is crucial. Let them fight among themselves first." Rylix roared in frustration, throwing his console across the bridge. "Enough! Gather the fleets, destroy these humans! I will not allow my pride to be humiliated further." But the humans had anticipated his every move. As Rylix tried to rally his forces, human stealth units had already infiltrated weak points in his fleets. Alien ships were disabled before they could respond. Panic and confusion multiplied exponentially. In the shadows, Lieutenant Voss smiled quietly. "It's beautiful," she whispered. "Their chaos is perfection. They thought humans were weak. They thought they had control. They have no idea who they are fighting." The galaxy itself seemed to bend under the weight of this new human force. Chaos spread from system to system. Alien fleets, once united, now fought not just humans but each other. Every collision, every misfired weapon, every failed maneuver was a testament to humanity's strategy. Above it all, Captain Mara gave the final order for the first wave of coordinated strikes. The human fleet moved like a single entity, taking advantage of every moment of disorder. The aliens' panic became their undoing, and humanity's precision made the difference between survival and annihilation. And through it all, the hidden weapon remained a shadow in the distance, ready to unleash its full power when the timing was perfect. Chaos had become humanity's ally. The galaxy was learning a dangerous lesson. Humans were no longer just survivors. They were predators, cunning, patient, and merciless. In the alien council chambers, Rylix's face had gone pale. For the first time in history, fear replaced arrogance completely. How can this be happening?" he muttered. "They are not weak, they are unstoppable." And in the cold silence of space, the humans held their formation, waiting, watching, and striking with perfect timing. Chaos was not random. It was controlled. It was a weapon more devastating than any missile, any fleet, any warship. The first wave of destruction had passed, but the galaxy was far from safe. Humanity's hidden hand guided every move. Every star system became a chessboard. Every alien mistake became a human victory. The message was clear. Earth strikes with precision. Earth strikes with power. And mercy will not be shown. The human fleet drifted silently in the void, cloaked among the distant stars. Every ship hummed with barely contained power, waiting for the moment when patience would give way to precision. Captain Selina Mara stood on the bridge of the flagship, eyes fixed on the holographic display. Each flickering blip represented an alien ship, scattered and vulnerable after the chaos among the stars. Lieutenant Commander Arik Van leaned over her shoulder. "Captain, the aliens are losing control completely. Their fleets are disorganized. Morale is broken. We can strike anywhere, and it will count." Mara shook her head slowly. "No, Arik. The first strikes were just the opening act. The chaos we've sown is valuable, but the galaxy doesn't yet understand the full weight of humanity. We finish this properly, with one final gamble." Below, in Earth's underground command center, Admiral Soren watched live feeds from every sector. His calm demeanor masked the tension in his chest. This was the moment history would remember or regret. Humanity's last gamble was about to be unleashed. Dr. Ilara Chin's hologram flickered into the chamber. "All systems are green. The hidden weapon is fully operational. Its energy reserves exceed calculated thresholds. With proper deployment, the alien coalition can be neutralized completely." Arik Van's voice cracked slightly, betraying excitement. "If this works, Captain, entire fleets, every sector—" "Exactly," Mara replied. "We show them the true power of Earth. No mercy, no hesitation, and we leave nothing to chance." Far across the galaxy, the alien council remained in panic. Commander Rylix's claws slammed repeatedly against the console. "We cannot let them finish this. Every system we control, every ship, They think they can take it from us. They will pay. But the humans had already predicted his desperation. Every attempt at regrouping had been accounted for. Every fleet he deployed into the void was either observed, manipulated, or neutralized by unseen hands. The aliens did not know the humans were not just reacting, they were controlling the battlefield. On the flagship, Mara tapped the command panel. Prepare the hidden weapon. Cloak support units. Target alien command hubs and key fleet clusters. This is the final strike. Once we deploy, there is no turning back. The massive human superweapon stirred, energy lines flaring across its hull. Sensors detected every alien vessel in the sector, every weak point, every shield gap, every communication channel. The humans knew it all. The weapon's AI aura activated. Deployment parameters locked. Estimated neutralization probability 99.7%. Recommended action, total offensive engagement. Captain Mara nodded, lips tight. Do it. All units synchronize. The hidden weapon is our message. Let every alien in this galaxy understand what humans are capable of. In a blinding flash, the weapon accelerated, leaving a streak of light across the void. The human fleet followed, emerging from stealth in perfect formation. Alien fleets turned, attempted to fire, but their attacks were disjointed, misfired, or intercepted by drones. Chaos multiplied. Panic spread further. Commander Rylix screamed orders, but the humans anticipated every move. Their hidden weapon unleashed energy beams across multiple sectors simultaneously. Alien shields collapsed. Command hubs melted under focused fire, and entire fleets were disabled in minutes. Even surviving alien ships attempted desperate escapes, but slipstreams and maneuvering routes were controlled by human calculations. There was no safe route, no place to hide. Humanity's final gamble was precise, terrifying, and unstoppable. In the midst of the devastation, Captain Mara allowed herself a brief, controlled smile. "The galaxy has underestimated humans for too long," she said softly. "Let them witness what survival, planning, and strategy truly look like." Lieutenant Vaughn's voice trembled with a mix of fear and exhilaration. "This is it. We've never unleashed everything at once. Entire fleets gone. We're rewriting history." From the depths of Earth's command center, Admiral Soren monitored the final waves. "They will remember this. Every officer, every pilot, every soldier in the alien coalition will know the name of Earth. Humanity strikes with precision. Humanity strikes with vengeance. Humanity does not forgive." Back on the battlefield, alien ships continued to collapse under coordinated strikes. Commander Rylix's pride had turned to terror. Every decision he made only worsened the situation. His fleets were no longer fleets. They were scattered, broken, and lost. The galaxy itself seemed to tremble as the human fleet moved with controlled, unstoppable force. The hidden weapon, the first strike, and the manipulation of chaos had combined into one final decisive act. Humanity's message was clear. We are here, we strike with precision, and mercy is over. As the dust of battle settled, Mara's voice cut through the comms. "Recall the fleet. Return to stealth. Let them ponder their mistakes. Let fear linger. Our work is done for now, but the message is permanent." Lieutenant Vaughn exhaled deeply. "They will never underestimate us again." Mara nodded. "No, and they will never forget the day Earth decided enough was enough." In the far reaches of space, scattered alien survivors transmitted warnings, stories of humans who struck without mercy, who controlled chaos, and who wielded a weapon beyond imagination spread from system to system. The galaxy was changed forever, and in the hidden depths of Earth, Admiral Soren's voice echoed over secure channels, calm, measured, final. Humanity has made its stand. Humanity has delivered its message, and humanity does not show mercy. The galaxy was silent, not the calm of peace, but the tense, uneasy quiet that follows a storm. Every alien fleet that had dared attack humanity now trembled in fear. Every commander, every soldier, every officer knew one truth. Earth does not forgive. Earth does not forget. Earth shows no mercy. Captain Selene Mara stood on the bridge of the flagship, eyes scanning the remnants of the alien fleets. Smoke and debris floated in the void, glimmering like distant stars. Every strike, every maneuver, every calculated action had brought the humans to this moment. Victory was within reach, but Mara knew they could not stop now. Lieutenant Commander Arik Van's fingers hovered over the tactical display. Captain, we've neutralized their major fleets. Their command hubs are down. Most of their officers are either destroyed or in panic. But there are pockets of resistance. Do we finish them completely? Mara's eyes narrowed. Yes. Finish them. No hesitation, no mercy. We warned them. We struck. We waited. Now the galaxy will understand the cost of challenging Earth. Deep in orbit above the remnants of Zathra 6, the hidden weapon stirred. Again, its energy lines pulsed with deadly intent, ready to release the final devastating strike. Drones zipped around alien ships, taking over systems, disabling engines, and delivering precise attacks. Humanity's vengeance had become unstoppable. On the alien command bridges, chaos had turned into despair. Commander Rylix's claws shook as he tried to issue orders. We cannot survive this. They control everything, every sector, every fleet. They are everywhere and nowhere at once. The humans moved like shadows. Cloaked fleets reappeared at critical points, striking where the aliens were weakest. Ships fell in perfect coordination, never randomly, never hastily, always calculated, always precise. The aliens could not predict the attacks. Every move they made played into human hands. Lieutenant Kara Voss, observing from a remote console, whispered in awe, "It's over. They cannot fight back. Every fleet we touched, destroyed or disabled. They will never rise again." On the flagship, Captain Mara gave the order. Deploy full fleet, synchronize with hidden weapon, strike. Their remaining command hubs, this is the end. Let the message echo across the galaxy. The weapon fired. Blinding beams of energy tore through alien vessels. Entire squadrons evaporated in seconds. Command hubs exploded, leaving alien officers scrambling in confusion. Chaos became annihilation, and fear became terror. Even the survivors of the first strikes could not escape. Drones intercepted them, disabling engines, locking weapons offline, and leaving no escape routes. Every move humans made was perfect, deliberate, and merciless. Commander Rylix collapsed into his seat, watching as the remnants of his empire fell apart. Humans, they are gods among us, he whispered, defeated. The human fleet pulled back, but the message was clear. The galaxy had been reshaped. Humanity had not only survived, they had become the predator no one could outrun or challenge. Captain Mara's voice cut through the comms, calm and commanding. Recall the fleet. Return to stealth. Let the survivors remember what they faced. Let fear linger. Humanity strikes once, but the memory of that strike lasts forever. Lieutenant Van exhaled, relief and awe mixing in his voice. They'll never attack humans again, ever. Admiral Soren, observing from Earth, allowed himself a faint smile. The message is complete. Humanity has shown what it means to survive. Humanity has shown what it means to fight. Humanity has shown that we do not show mercy. In the aftermath, scattered alien survivors transmitted warnings to distant systems. Stories of humans who struck with precision, strategy, and total resolve spread across the galaxy. Every civilization that had underestimated Earth now feared its reach. The galaxy had changed forever. Humans were no longer prey. They were apex predators, calculating, relentless, and merciless. And the final message echoed across every star system: do not challenge Earth. Do not provoke humans. Because when humanity strikes, there is no mercy. The stars themselves seem to reflect the warning. Silent, cold, and infinite, humanity had survived the massacre, and in return, it had delivered the ultimate reckoning, the end, or the beginning of a new era of fear and respect across the galaxy.